Tesla's always metering about 23, 24%. The goal with this car right now is just to get as close to a match as we can to the back privacy glass, and it meters in right at 24%. So we're gonna be getting a, you have to show it that close because it says 24.9. Yeah, so we're just gonna put a crystalline 20 on there. Window film's not made to match privacy glass. Window film's made to actually be for like performance instead of just color, but this is the closest match we can get with crystalline, and let's go. Another thing they said in one of the videos is they asked the question about the fact that windows, like Tesla doors go up and down when you shut it. So how do I get to the bottom edge? There's a cool nifty trick that basically you trick the door into thinking it's shut and the window goes all the way up. So yeah, that's how I get to the edge. Huh? Yeah, in one of the videos. That was on the comments. Yeah.
People know Justice watches the videos and reads the comments.
Yeah.
So all the nice things.
All the nice comments.
Ones, and he just scrolls past the bad ones.
I try to scroll past the bad ones. Depends on like what kind of mood I'm in. Yeah, but this is the second Cybertruck that we got, so this will be fun. Yeah, that's already 2 more Cybertrucks in like 95% of the shops in the entire country. Probably even more than that. I was getting phone calls asking from other shops that know me about like, is it hard? What do you do? Blah, blah, on the Cybertruck. So it's pretty cool. One issue with these Cybertrucks is it's gonna be a lot of waste on the front windshield, especially until the patterns start coming into the computer system. Because the film that we carry is 36 inches. Normally, idealistic goal is you wanna be able to split it at 18, but with that big point right there on the top, it comes in at 19 inches. Pattern to where I can start like adjusting in the computer and stuff. But for right now, it's just gonna be a bunch of waste. And this is something that people who don't tint windows always think like, oh, it's gonna be easier outside the car. It's usually way harder to do. You actually get a lot more contaminants. I do it occasionally, but I don't like to. And then I've done it so many times, and then a glass guy has like gone to install it and then damaged my window tint. And then it's even harder. I've been doing this way too long. And if I haven't seen it, like I've been around somebody who has. Because that's what I'm talking about, like there's so much waste that's gonna be attributed to these until I can get in the plotter and like adjust and shift stuff. Because like how you prevent this much waste is like what I would do, and like you have to pull out extra and then you take one, it's just too much for. So this is not a very hard shrink at all. I am basically, same thing, making a little pocket. I've already done like a little shrink to whatever fingers are on here, but I'm just creating a little pocket. I did singe the edge of this film up a little bit, which isn't a big deal because I'm gonna cut most of this off here in a second. And for everybody watching that's confused on why the film is on the outside right now, the film does go on the inside. I just have to cut it and get it to shape on the exterior. Yeah, today isn't all sunshines and rainbows for me, so I'm like a little not my normal self right now. And it's cold, and it's gonna rain tomorrow. Those are like my worst days. I don't like the cold, the rain, cloudy days. Nah, I want it 85 degrees and sunny and a beer in my hand. Like, but I'm also like cynical. I like super hot weather. So what I'm doing, I explained this in the other video, but Alex edited it out. So I'm cutting it a little big because I file my edges on these whenever I'm done. So I don't need an exact perfect cut when I'm doing my install. I just need a really close cut. And then as I actually install the window, I make some adjustments and some cuts. And then once it's dry, I come back with a file, and the little overlapping edges I have, I file off. So it makes it to where it looks like it is a 100% factory done. Let me move this. Do not like the way this is placed. So whenever it's installed, it looks like it's 100% factory. There's no edges. You can't see where the film starts and stops.
By the way, just as I'm gonna cut this out too.
You are.
Okay. I like how you called me on your life. I'll cut this part out.
Yeah. And so, but all I'm doing right here is just rounding the corners, making them all nice and smooth. There's actually tools that guys use that are like to round edges and stuff like this. I was taught to use my fingers. So that's how I do it. Like I said, this doesn't need to be perfect right now because as I install it, I'm gonna make it perfect. It's a little bit different of a technique than what a lot of guys will do. Because a lot of people take like the when they're hand cutting or whenever they're using the plotter, they'll take whatever edge that is, and I always extend mine because I want it to overhang just a bit so I can come back behind afterwards, shave it down, and then I file it. Tape, 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 tape. Where, oh where? All my stuff at. So I have no idea why the Wi-Fi was preventing like me from getting text messages. Yeah, I read like every comment, dude. I was even reading like the arguments people were getting into.
What was your favorite comment?
The ones that said I was like really good on camera or really cool. Like, oh, one of them said that I was like, oh, Justice is the coolest guy at Joe's shop. I have no idea, but I believe him. Someone did say in one of the videos that they thought I was tasting the film when I did that. All I'm doing is separating. Yeah? I read a lot of comments, dude. Yeah, all my other videos get like maybe 1,000 views. Like the YouTube videos don't get. The door only got 10,000. The windshield, last I checked, was at 80,000 views.
Oh, wow. Let's go ahead 100 more time.
Yeah, and then me just driving the Cybertruck. Yeah, it was 60 this morning, bro. Yeah, here, like, if y'all keep getting views, dude, I'll fight Jake Paul. Yo, dude, if they called me and were like, hey, we saw you're a good window tinter, we want Jake Paul to whoop your ass for $15 million, I would quit my job. That would be hilarious, though. Or if they did like shop to shop celebrity boxing. Our shop fought a shop from like Kansas or something. Cool. And this is what I'm talking about on why I leave it extra large. Hopefully this one has less silicone than the other X. Yes, it did. I keep wanting to call this an X, but it's a Cybertruck. I'm just so used to tinting X's every day. All right, yeah, we can do this one next. Yeah, so I leave it a little bit big. And that's why I'm saying my cuts don't need to be perfect whenever I'm making the initial cut. And then I come back through with the blade and just take off this little extra piece. And now it's like super close, but it still has a little like hair of an overhang if I try to touch it. But now I'm gonna push out the remaining bit of water. This is what I call like, you know, the hard squeegee, my power squeegee, where I'm actually putting a lot of force behind it. You can see like how much more water is like coming out because of it. Because my initial squeegee should tack everything in a perfect world to where it wants to stay where it's at. And then this one's just getting the extra water out. Then I always come back behind the hard card and the paper towel. So the paper towel does two things here. So the hard card is there to like be able to put a little bit more force, but hard cards will and can scratch film. So the paper towel protects the film from the hard card and it absorbs all the water that comes out through the edge so it doesn't cycle back up underneath the film. I do have to be careful and continuously move the paper towel because if like one grain of sand gets into the paper towel, it will leave huge scratches through the film. And then now, this is fully tinted, I just have to leave it alone and let it dry for a minute. I'm gonna go do the other windows and then come back and file this. Now let's tint these awkward little quarter windows. It's funny, my mom asked me how did I do that? And I was like, figure it out. So this one, I doubt you can see it on camera, but there's like a bunch of dirt and adhesive and stuff all on the glass on the inside that I'm gonna have to get off, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it cut out first. Now, you can see it? Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. We're using the Sharpie to mark out the outline of the window here. Normally, I used to always just use my blade to cut it, but the blade will sometimes leave little score marks, and I'm not super familiar with how tough this glass is. All glass, like on the Mohs hardness scale, is about a 5. 5 on the Mohs hardness scale is a medium, but different glass, some will be a little softer than others. We use only stainless steel blades when cutting to prevent scratches on the glass, but even with that, like certain cars, like Porsches, for example, have really, really soft glass. Certain like circumstances, I just like to be a little extra cautious. And then, I think you can see on camera, but that's basically the cutout for the window now. Then I come back behind.
Hey, look, it's just a project.
Yeah. It won't get on the refrigerator, I bet though. And then I just come back through and just do, this one gives me plenty of space. So I'm not trying to be like super close and perfect and exact, but just a nice, clean, even cut. And so I did cut it a little big with the marker. And then this just comes through. And this is how like, this is a good way to hand cut if you're like scared of damaging the window or if you don't want to push too hard. Crystalline is like a really thick film, so it's really easy to like push way too hard and score the glass. All right, so this window is actually super, super dirty. It's like all these contaminants on it, and there's like no good way of getting in here, cleaning it. I feel really exposed like this.
Good thing Joe's not here.
Yeah.
Good thing Step Boss isn't here.
Yeah. There were some comments about that too.
Oh, there was?
Yeah.
What did it say?
It said, step bro, step boss, don't worry, your secret's safe with me, guys. I cannot express how difficult this is. If anyone's played the game Operation, where you can't touch the edges of something, that is a good example. Man, dude. This is so...
A little miniature squeegee. That's funny.
Yeah. You bought it.
Justice, that's the smallest tool.
It's made for small windows.
So you're admitting you have a small tool.
To get the job, it gets the job done.
It's not the size of the tool, it's the motion in the...
It's this motion.
Yeah.
It's the... Yeah, man, this is a whole 2 inches, or 1.5 inches. I got the 8-inch tool too. It's just plastic. Yeah, the steering wheel really gets in the way of me doing... I need to be really careful because this one doesn't... I lost the one that's actually made for the squeegees. I need to get y'all to buy me another set of these. It's funny, my mom on Christmas asked me how I was gonna tint these windows on these cars because she saw the video and she was like, how are you gonna do those long ones? I was like, I don't know.
I'm gonna use my little tool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in there deep with my little tool.
Yeah, as deep as I can. This is why we can't do videos together, Joe, because it's just sexual jokes the whole time.
What are you talking about, weirdo? I was talking about you tinting a window. I said nothing about a sex joke. You just have a dirty mind.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just this dirty mind.
Yeah. So I torch these windows for like a couple of reasons. The main reason is to act as a catalyst so the adhesive starts adhering quicker so I can file everything. But one added bonus and why I'm heating up this bottom is with open frame windows, they move up and down as you shut the window. Teslas, just like Camaros, you know, Mustangs, stuff like that, any open frame will go up and down. Teslas choose to go like a whole inch. So like it's nice for me to be able to heat up this whole bottom edge here. He didn't shut the door. Yeah, it's a spot that Chris told us to go to. And don't forget to show the finished product, man, because that's what everybody kept complaining about.